Do you have an interview for a Power BI developer or data analyst role and worry about DAX questions? Watch this video and I will talk about top 10 DAX interview questions with answers.
Hello everyone, I am Shahab and happy to see you again. This is the second part of DAX interview questions that I want to talk about today. If you haven't watched the first part, click on the link above this video to become familiar with the top 10 DAX interview questions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get a notification for the new upcoming videos. Let's go!
In the previous video, we've covered the 5 possible DAX questions and learned how to answer them. In this video, we'll talk about the rest. Question number 6. Explain the difference between all and remove filters in DAX. Remember, in these kinds of questions, you need first to define each element and then make an example. All function removes all filters from a specified table or column, effectively returning the entire dataset for that scope. On the other hand, remove filters is very similar to all. Indeed, remove filters removes filters, but it's more versatile as it can be used to remove filters from multiple columns or tables without affecting others. For example, here, this expression removes filters on the product column, aggregating data across all products. Remove filters can be used similarly, but allows for more control in complex scenarios. The next question is, how does the related function work in DAX? Related is a function used to fetch a value from a related table. It's often used in calculated columns to bring in data from a different table that's connected through a relationship. In this example, related fetches the price from the product table for each sales record, allowing the calculation of total price within the sales table. Question number 8 is, what are time intelligence functions in DAX? Give an example. Time intelligence functions in DAX are designed to perform calculations on dates, such as comparing values across different time periods or aggregating data over time. Common functions include date@, same period last year, and total YTD. For example, this measure calculates the sales amount for the same period in the previous year. Another DAX question someone may ask in an interview is, what is the difference between earlier and earliest in DAX? Earlier is used in row context and allows you to refer the value of a column in an earlier row context. It's commonly used in nested row context scenarios. On the other hand, earliest is less commonly used and refers to the first row context in nested row context. It's mainly useful when dealing with multiple levels of row context. This is an example of earlier function. Imagine you have a table called sales with the following column: product ID, salesperson, and quantity sold. You want to calculate the total quantity sold by each salesperson for each product and then rank the salesperson within each product based on this total. And the explanation. In total quantity sold measure, the earlier function is used to compare each row against the previous row context, ensuring that the calculation sums the quantity sold for each salesperson within the same product ID. In rank within product measure, the rankX function ranks each salesperson based on the total quantity sold within each product, using earlier to ensure that the ranking is done within the context of each product. And example for earliest can be like this scenario. You have a hierarchical table called employees with the columns employee ID, manager ID, and sales amount. You want to calculate the percentage of sales each employee contributes within their entire management hierarchy. To explain, for the total hierarchy sales measure, we can say this calculation sums the sales amount across the entire table, regardless of hierarchy. And within contribution percentage measure, the earliest function is used to ensure that the sales amount is aggregated at the level of the earliest manager ID in the hierarchy. This allows you to calculate each employee's contribution relative to the total sales under their earliest manager. These examples showcase how to use earlier and earliest in complex data scenarios within Power BI, offering powerful ways to perform calculations across hierarchical or nested contexts. While earlier might be used to calculate custom ranks based on complex logic, earliest would be used if you had multiple layers of nested calculations and needed to refer back to the first context. And finally, the last question. How would you optimize DAX formulas for performance? You can answer this question like, optimizing DAX involves several best practices. First, avoid using calculated columns. Where possible, use measures as they are more efficient. Second, use variables. Define intermediate calculations with variables to avoid repeated computations. Third, simplify filters. Use simpler filters like all except instead of complex filter functions when possible. Fourth, avoid nested iterators. Minimize the use of nested iterator functions like SUMX inside another SUMX, as they can be computationally expensive. And last, leverage aggregations. Use pre-aggregated data to reduce the volume of calculations. These practices help in making DAX formulas run faster and use resources more efficiently. And that's it. We covered the top DAX interview questions. Now you can be prepared to get your desired job. Oh, wait! There is another bonus question here for you. What is the Userelationship function in DAX and how would you use it in Power BI report? Provide an example. Userelationship is a DAX function used to activate an inactive relationship between two tables within a calculation. In Power BI, a table can have multiple relationships with another table, but only one of these relationships can be active at a time. The Userelationship function allows you to use an inactive relationship in a specific calculation without altering the model's overall active relationship. And here is an example scenario. Suppose you have two tables, sales and dates. The sales table has two date columns, order date and ship date. In the data model, the order date is the active relationship with the dates table, while the ship date has an inactive relationship. You want to calculate the total sales by the ship date rather than the order date. In this example, we have different functions, and each have a specific functionality. Userelationship. This function activates the inactive relationship between ship date column in sales table and date column in dates table only for this specific calculation. Sum. The sum function adds up the sales amounts. Calculate. The calculate function changes the context of the calculation by using the relationship activated by Userelationship. Although the model's default active relationship is between order date and dates, the Userelationship function allows you to calculate the total sales based on the ship date. This is especially useful when you need to perform calculations based on different date columns within the same report. If you like to know more about the user relationship function, you can watch this video on the channel and completely understand how it works.
If you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get the notification for the new upcoming videos. Have a good day. All have a good day.